Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Naram Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show. Oh, yeah. It's election season, and we call this the real deal decision of the general election. So please like, share, subscribe, comment, and click that notification bell, because we're going all the way to election day, and we're going to be giving you the post comments after election day. So it's going to be a packed week, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome back. It's the Labor Day weekend here in the United States, and we say happy Labor Day to each and every person here in the United States, and all the U.S. citizens and green card holders and the diaspora, wherever you are. So it's gonna be one of those shows that we call this the real deal. So welcome to each and everyone who is watching from wherever you are in the world, because we say thank you for being here and for liking, sharing, subscribing, and making your comments. So always comment. Tell me where you're watching from anywhere in the world. Tell me in the comment section, and we will highlight you. You get what I'm saying? So big up every time. Before we get started in true Naram fashion, I say there's something that does not sit well with me with the Jamaican politics. You've got 5 registered parties, and only 2 were represented in the debate. And I'll beat that drum all the time. What happened to the other 3? You know what I mean? From the JPP to the UIC and the independents. What happened? Something went wrong. Am I wrong or am I right here? You see, all 3 parties should have been represented in the debate because they're on the ballot. And I keep beating that drum to say, what happened? What happened, guys? Because something is not sitting right here with me. And, before we get into the politics, before we get into the politics, we have to hit a few jokes, right? Gotta hit a few jokes. Gotta set the tone. Because, there was, let me start with a joke. Hold on a second. I'll talk afterwards. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go, guys. This one is.
Is it true being born in Jamaica does not make you a Jamaican? Is it true being born in Jamaica does not make you a Jamaican? Is it true?
If you're born in Jamaica and you're not a Jamaican, then what are you? Goodness gracious me. Let's set the other joke here, because this one, let's check it out. Let's check it out.
Where would you want to be from?
If I wasn't from Jamaica, I would want a good shape, because I'm shaped like a 1 cent. A good clean shape, and that I want. I don't want no country, I don't want no land, I want a good shape. You see the triangle shape, I don't want a shape.
Yeah. So if you're born in Jamaica and you're not Jamaican, if you don't come from Jamaica, we don't want a good shape. So we need a good shape for the economy too. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hit another one, just for kicks and giggles, because this is a big deal. the elections in Jamaica is a big deal. Let's hit this one before we get into the real politics. Here we go.
It is not your birth that makes you Jamaican.
I don't know.
I said this is the land of my birth.
I really psycho.
Jamaica, my Jamaica,
I really psycho.
land of my birth.
It is not your birth that makes you Jamaican.
I don't know. You tell me, ladies and gentlemen, you tell me what makes you Jamaican. The Prime Minister needs to clear that up. It needs to be cleared up. But jumping into the politics of the matter, and this is the real deal, guys. And I'm gonna dive deep into the real nitty gritty of stuff because you need to. You got some undecided people who are not. They're on the fence. They don't know if they're gonna vote JLP. They're gonna vote PNP. They're gonna vote JPP, UIC, or independent. They're on the fence. And I'm not here to persuade you either way, but I'm going to give you my opinion. That's my opinion based on what I'm seeing. Based on what I'm seeing right now, the poor people in Jamaica, them are feeling it hard. Them have to call them family abroad and them friend and say, here, what happened? We need a thing to send me youth them back at school. To pay for the taxi, to pay the school fee, to buy the grocery. It is hard in Jamaica right now. You understand? And all the promises and all the stuff they're talking about, the poor people now feel no different. Are you feeling different? You tell me in the comment section. Tell me how you feeling. Because when you go to the grocery store or the supermarket, you can't face a supermarket without 100,000 Jamaican dollar minimum, and you know get a full trolley for roll out with. When you have send your youth to school, the taxi man I tell you how much he might charge you per week. You understand me? So the same taxi man have to pay a bill to have to pay the fees them to run the taxi, have to buy the gas, and him have to buy the tire and the oil and all them things to service the vehicle. Him have to look after him family, and if it's a taxi where a man give him for run, him still not see they something substantial for himself. So when you tell me say you're gonna put a school bus on the road, like them buses will cost $1, but them buy for thousands of millions of Jamaican dollars, that money can still help the youth them to go to school. Tell me if I'm wrong. Because the mothers are facing it, the fathers are facing it. School uniform to buy right now. Books to buy. Bag to buy. Shoes to buy. How you feel? Why is it the poor people have to feel the brunt? Why is it feeling like everybody else good but me not good? Why you have to be working so hard and the cost of living and the cost of stuff cause you the taxi man have to when him go to the boss, him out tell the boss say no that never go on this week, kind of a pinch off something for him youth them go to school. When you go work, you have to say, You look for what you have and you have to pay the rent. You have to buy the school book them, buy the school uniform. You have to pay the school fee, taxi fare, and look for food. And when you look, not even the rent can pay right now. You have to sacrifice the rent. Why is it so tough for the poor man? And all the good news is we're servicing the debt. Everything is running good, and we're making promises after 9 years. On the other side, we say there's a promise that we will do better. Why is it the poor people are feeling the brunt? Why is it that all through this time, the youths them don't have an avenue to get a job, a real good paying job where they can see themselves? Why is it that they're being pressured and there's no out? Why is the hospital bill so high and there's no beds, not even toilet paper? Why is it that the mothers and the pregnant mothers and the mothers who have given birth have to sit down in the sun at a clinic? Why? I mean, it has been 9 years since the government has been in power, and why now cut the ribbons? Why now are you making promises of something that should have been done a long time ago? Mark G is untested. He makes a sound argument, but he's never been in leadership. But his argument sounds good because it's for the poor people. But you have to decide when you go to the on election day to cast your ballot. Who you want to run the country? Is it more of the same, or you want change? As I said in my previous podcast, the winds of change have hit the sails of victory. However, are those winds strong enough to avoid the shores of defeat? Why is it that the poor people are the last to get the crumbs? And when you look around for the crumbs, there's none because them sweep it up and take it for themselves. A lot of people are fed up and undecided because they're saying what changes are going to be made in this election to help the poor people or the lower class of society. It seems as if it's the rich against the poor, more of the same. That come election day, oh, we got this big mass rally on each side. Everybody is begging for your vote. But the cost of living is so high. Why haven't the government helped you, the poor people, to lower the cost of living when you hear about all these millions of dollars that are being lost in SSL and so on? Why all of a sudden Bolt is getting his money, but the poor people are not getting back the money that bailed these people out from FinSAC to SSL and everybody else? Why is it that the poor people are not benefiting? Why did the prime minister take his money out? before the debacles. A lot of people not gonna like me tonight, you know. I mean, I talk the truth. That the poor people always suffer the consequence of their decision, but you're looking for votes. Goodness gracious me. Welcome back to Naram Promotions, the real deal podcast show. You know, crazy one is that tomorrow you can drink a rum and hold a vibe. Ladies and gentlemen, after 1962, I asked the question. Jamaica was in a very good position to be first world, and it has been declining ever since 1962. Why did we go independent? Why didn't we stay as a colony of Britain or a British subject? Because when you look at what's going on right now, tell me how you feel. Tell me when there's an accident, there's no ambulance. You gotta find one brethren to drive him car and put in the person, blood it up. And the man might say, boy, I don't want to blood in my vehicle, you know. And when you reach this, they might ask you how much money you have because we're not going to look after you unless you have money in general. You understand? You sit down on a bench. Why is it that we have pregnant mothers sitting in the sun, in the heat, in 2025 to go at the clinic? Why is it that drug prices are so high? A lot of people don't want to go see doctors or go to the clinic because if they tell them about prescription them have to go buy, them say it don't make sense. Me nah go. You better me dead. And when you're dead, guess what happened? Why funeral costs are so high? A house money now to bury the dead. You can build a house from the money we are going to take to bury the dead. Tell me in the comment section if I'm lying. It is absolutely horrendous. When you go to buy a loaf of bread, you can't buy the whole bread. You have to buy half a bread now. You can't buy the whole fowl. You have to buy the chicken foot and curry that and put one whole heap of Irish on, if you can afford the Irish too. Or some whole heap of flour, dumpling in it to make it up. And if you can't buy it, then what? All the mackerel, the mackerel 19 there too. You can buy 5 mackerel for the week. You know. That thing stuff. Look at the farmers. There's so much import of farm products. The farmers are suffering because a lot of farmers tell me, bona fide, in my face, up close and personal. So listen, G. I don't say we don't want to farm. But look on a bag of fertilizer, how much it costs. How much we have to pay for water to water them plant there. And guess what? You know, guarantee for make no money because the price drop on you. God help you. Market mash up. A lot of the higglers who buy the produce are trust it. Them not even buy them, trust it. And go and market. Enough of them lose. And they have to come back to and hide out the farmer them because them can't pay that bill there. Whatever them make them have to go make sure say try to put some food in the house and buy some school uniform and shoes and book and them thing there to send them youth go back to school. Put some food in the house so them can eat, pay to electricity bill. And when them look around, you know, enough because they never make it a market. Why is it now at this late stage you don't have a processing plant that the farmers or the higglers, when they don't sell the product, they can go there and get a set rate for whatever is left. So they can process it, package it, and also export it or sell it back to the Jamaican people. Why is it taking so long for that to happen? So you have no spoilage. Why is isn't there subsidies for the farmers to subsidize them, to help them out, to cut the cost down, give them the wells and the free water, at least at a flat rate, a manageable rate that they can water the plants and also give them a credit back when they take it to the processing plant, because guess what? They're selling it at a reduced price. They can at least break even and make their money back. It is hard when you import millions and millions of dollars of goods that the farmers can grow in Jamaica. Why aren't there no factories to build a lot of the stuff that the Jamaican public consumes? Why at this late stage, at 2025? This is a global environment. Why is it that the Chinese had to come in and get all the tax breaks to open businesses, and they game the system in order to continue doing business in Jamaica? Why? Jamaicans are not benefiting from the same break. The poor people are the ones who are feeling the brunt of all this. How do I feel as a poor man? My child is supposed to go back to school, and all I'm looking at is big money, and I'm earning small money. There's no break for the children. There's no break for the person working, and you say to yourself, what am I working for here? Because it's as if I earn the money and turn around, take all of it, and give and pay bills, and then I still owe. How do you feel? Do you want more of the same, or you want change? That's your decision. But what I can tell you on the ground, when I'm there, people are complaining. But we hear that everything is okay for the people who have it, who can afford it. There's a struggle on here. Imagine the young mothers and fathers who are paying rent have no real idea when they will be able to own a home, in their own country. Families are fed up because the beaches where you can go whole of vibes are limited. And the places you can go for go whole of swim is not even sanitable. In Jamaica, land we love, land of wood and water. How do you feel? Do you want more of the same or you want change? That's the decision you have to make come September 3rd. All this campaigning and promises, it's all promises. You have a government that has been there for 9 years and now cutting ribbons at the end as if people are stupid. Why didn't you do it before? Why are you so slow to help the poor man or the grassroots of society, of the Jamaican society? You have an opposition party coming in with great ideas, but untested. Who's going to lead the country? One of them is going to lead the country because you are the winds of change, and you will. It is you, the voter, who's going to decide who leads. One is going to win, and the others are going to be on the shores of defeat. So no matter how you twist it and say, okay, bro, God has a lot of issues and corruption, you go back to Marky G and you say there's a lot of corruption, one is going to win. Who do you want to lead the country? Do you want more of the same or you want change? Ladies and gentlemen, it's not an easy choice, but a choice is going to be made whether you like it or not. Your civic duty is to go out there and vote wisely. What I'm saying here is that for many, many years, the poorer class has suffered the brunt of all the decisions that have been made in every election. And when it comes down to election time, so many promises are made. Let me ask you a question and tell me in the comment section what you think. Has the current administration lived up to all they promised in before the last election? Number two, do you trust the PNP to lead the country? Tell me in the comment section. What do you think? How do you feel at this point, knowing what you know right now? Because you're hurting. The price or the cost of living is so high. It is way up there. I've been down there. It is as if that the young men are being pressured by their baby mothers and partners. The baby mothers and female partners are feeling as if they need more, and they're forced in a corner to decide whether or not they want to stay with one man or two because they need to survive. The bills need to be paid. And guess what? Everybody ends up at the bar because it better them drown them sorrows in some rum. You know, J. Ray and Nephew's, you got to buy shares in J. Ray and Nephew. J. Ray and Nephew has been making a lot of money. You know, it is sad that a lot of the bars, little stores, and so on have to be keeping round robins, drink outs, bingo, just to survive. The small man, you know. And here comes the police at midnight. When you're about to make some money, when the crowd are coming now and say, all right, now make a thing tonight, them lock it down. Them lock it down. But Sunfest don't lock down. Dream Weekend don't lock down. You go to Daylight. Jazz Fest don't lock down. The hotels don't lock down. But you have to seek a permit to go to 2 o'clock. And 2 o'clock, that means that everybody just a come out, you know, to spend a thing with you, you know. Police come and you have to squeeze him a thing to get to 3 o'clock, and that not even certain. At 2:30 you might get it to. And you still not see yourself. It don't make no sense. Why is the poor person being pressured? The taxi man up on the road and him have to navigate pothole. And when him dropping that one, I remember saying, you know, the controller bus, tire bus rim bend up, so cost him a thing. So him have to spin a thing to go back on the road, you know. And the boss are wait for him money. But yes, still when him go up on the road now, I say him go look at thing. Policeman have him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's tough, you know. And the policeman say, now seize a carrier in a youth. And him youth them there yard, you know. You understand me? But Marky G say make no Marky G. Bro God say make money off a taxi and him pressure taxi man. And they want to bring in the bus now to kill the bus man them and the taxi man them. Marky G say you want me to get a stipend so the man them can live. The dog them have to live. You want more of the same or you want change? It's up to you. It's your decision. September 3rd. You understand what I say? The thing tough. It's rough. I want to play 2 tunes about show them about knock me down, you know. I may have some tune for but I'm going to set up the thing a different way for the rest of the year so we can run some tune. But we're going to head over Facebook, that side there where you know so serious. You understand me? So later on in the year we're gonna line up the thing. But remember say the tune part of it, we're gonna break the transmission on YouTube. YouTube flag with everything. So kinda wanna keep it to a level with YouTube. So we're not gonna we can squeeze a tune, you know. You understand? Yeah, squeeze a tune and we're not gonna really OD it, but you know the thing set. You understand? All a Jamil in the night and quick and fast and we just hold it and let it go. Then we flag my feet. You understand what I say? So I'm gonna give you a little tune. You want now. Watch a little tune here. Cause yeah, the system fail way. You understand that kind of easy talk because I feel just kind of break it this so. because I feel just give vibes. I mean, I feel of energy there, you know. Because me I say the poor people them in Jamaica, the mother them who are struggle, the father them who are struggle, now get no justice in the system. And the politician them come every so often and look your vote. But what go on for the poor people them? You understand me? Go big up Leon Williams. Good night, sir. The cost of living is high. Worldwide isn't just Jamaica thing. We know that. But we are talking about Jamaica right now. You understand me? In a Jamaica, the government have the authority and them have the money to subsidize certain things, to keep it to a level. And they have the authority by the voters to look in certain areas of the world or inside of the country to set the thing right so poor people can survive. You understand me? You have to remember that. So it no matter if a PNP or JLP, may I talk about Jamaica people, poor people. So big up yourself, my brethren. That was Leon Williams. Welcome to the show, by the way. Yeah. This is what we call the real deal decision, you know. This is the real deal decision where you have to make come September 3rd. You see me I say? It's a big deal. You have to make a decision who you're going to make lead you into the future. Who is going to take care of your affairs and your children's affairs and your family affairs and Jamaica? Who you're going to trust for that? There's two arguments here, and it's like rich against poor. One is saying we're doing good and we have a slow, steady growth. Poor people are feeling. The other is who's untested is saying we can stimulate growth from the bottom up, move up the threshold to 3.5 million to ease the burden, ease up the school youth them who have the student loans to university. Him say instead of buy them all bus there, give the youth them a stipend so the taxi man can live and the bus man. Two different chain of thought, you know. Two different ways to growth. And I'm sure both parties, both leaders have Jamaica's interests at heart. Each of them want to better for the country. I'm not vying for one over the other. I'm not trying to sway you. It's my opinion. Whether you like it or not, tell me in the comment section. It's up to you because you got to vote. Comment. Let me know how you feel. How are you feeling when you get to the supermarket? How are you feeling when you have to pay that school fee? How are you feeling when you have to pay that bus fare there? How are you feeling when you have to pay that school fee there? How are you feeling when you have to pay the light bill there? How are you feeling? This is 2025. And a lot of people talk about back then, PNP had power for so many years. That's a different era. Back then, it was different. Technology was different back then. We're talking now. Yes, we're gonna Leon Williams, and that's gonna be on Monday. We're gonna have a call-in segment. And thank you for reminding me. Monday is a call-in segment. So like, share, subscribe, comment, and also be ready. And you gotta be respectful on Monday because we're gonna have a call-in segment. So I'm gonna post a calling number. We're gonna have two numbers: a Jamaica number and a foreign number. So the diaspora can call in, and also those in Jamaica can dial in directly to us here. Because I have a Jamaica number, you say, we're live, You can call me directly. So on Monday, big up yourself, Leon. Leon Williams. Yeah, man. We will have a call-in section on Monday. Naran Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show. We say Monday at the Real Deal. We have the people call in. You understand? And tell me how it go, because you're going to have 15 or 20 seconds to state your point, and that's it, because you're going to have a lot of people calling in. So tell your friend, share, like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell, because you will know come Monday you can call in live to the show. All right? But tonight, I got hear my girls in it. You understand? Because of the poor people me I work with. You understand me? Because me know how it go in the grassroots. When you have donkey carry water, you have people still suffer for water. Dry weather hit the farm of them. You understand me? After them put in thousands and thousands of dollars to grow them crap, them not have even that. You go to Coronation Market and Mapen Market and all the different market them, and them not get through. When there's answers to these issues that should have been done a long time ago. And I say to myself here, look, it's simple enough. We successive governments, we're not talking about JLP alone and PNP alone. We're talking two of them. Successive governments have mismanaged the economy of Jamaica and the people of Jamaica and Jamaica itself. Successive governments. It's not one government or the other. And in their time of ruling the country, there's a lot more they could have done if they paid attention. You get what I'm saying? If there was more oversight. We know about the FinSac deal. We know about SSL. We know about all the what went on here, and those are billions and billions of dollars wasted. So there's enough blame to go both sides. What I'm saying is this, that all through the years since 1962, the poor people have always been the loser. You understand me? Poor people have always been the loser. Am I wrong here? Why is it now in 2025 a government that's been ruling for 9 years is making promises? Shouldn't all these been done over the 9 years? Why is it now that the opposition who is looking for your votes cannot really lay out a clear path? Why it took so long? Because you've been waiting for 9 years, so it should have been clear. But at this point in time, how are you feeling about all of this? Because you're still paying the price. You're still paying your taxes. There's taxes on goods and services, and you have to pay your land taxes, and you got to pay your income taxes. No matter what happens, you still pay those. And that's every year. Those are that's where the money comes from, to service the debt, to run the country, and to pay the salaries of these politicians who have taken a pay raise, and the civil servants are still suffering, wanting a raise. Why didn't they raise the civil servants' pay first and then raise their pays after? Why? Why the poor people have to suffer? Why aren't they not put first? Since you said Jamaica first, why aren't they the ones who benefit first? Why aren't the poor people benefiting first from good roads, good electricity, water, and communication? Why aren't they the ones who are now put in front? Why are the clinics the way they are? And you're coming to the poor people looking for their votes? Do you want more of the same or you want change? It's up to you. I can't sway you either way. I'm not campaigning for either party. I know where my alliance lies. Could be different from yours. I know what I would do on September 3rd. But as I said, the winds of change have hit the sails of victory. However, are those winds strong enough to avoid the shores of defeat? Tell me. Because you, the voters, are the wind, which will take one of those sails to victory, but the other sails will reach the shores of defeat. That's guaranteed. I want to put on stage here a couple of cartoons. Here we go. You remember this cartoon that came in the Gleaner? Let's take this off and make it clearer for you. Remember that? Or you remember this one? The civil servants, promises. Why now? Why is it that Bolt is just getting his money all of a sudden when the prime minister got his? Tell me, what do you think? Tell me in the comments section, or you can call in on Monday and tell me. Why is it that there are communities right now still without water? Why are the prices artificially high? Artificially. And why I say this, because I'm here in the global diaspora and I'm seeing prices that are low on goods and materials. Why is it artificially high? Why is the poor man feeling the brunt of it? The buses are only $1 at certain age because they've been parked and decommissioned. Check and I will point you to Wilfred Rattigan's show. That's Reason with Rattigan, and I urge you to watch Will's Rattigan show on Monday. His show is very informative, but he's going to touch on some very serious points on Monday. My contention here, and I'm going my show, you're going to call in on Monday because we're going to follow this election all the way through. Remember, there are also Alpart workers, hourly workers who have not received their pension. They've worked 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. They're not receiving a pension. And they signed up with Sagicor. I mean, was Jamaica, was it Jamaica Life? Or and it turned over to Sagicor. Correct me if I'm wrong in this in the comment section, but they're not receiving their pension, and how it was done based on what I read, and I have to go by what I read. I read the course disposition. I read the wind up. I read the pension plan, and something that is fishy with where how it was handled, FSC, and also NWU, the National Workers Union, and so on, and the Board of Trustees. It's a mouthful, but I've read through a lot of that, not everything, but most of it, and I saw what happened. They're not receiving. These people signed an agreement. Also, we have members of the sugar industry, the sugar workers, who are not receiving pensions also. They're having pension problems too. They called me and they told me, why is it that the people who represent them are not helping them to solve that problem? Because those pensions can send their grandchildren and their family, they send the grandchildren back to school, or help their families, or help themselves to buy medication because they're retired or retiring or about to retire. Why is it that the poorer class of people are the ones bearing the brunt? Why? Why is it the cost of living so high? You go to Jamaica from here, and you look at the prices of food, fare, medication, and so on, services, and based on what you're exposed to here, that the government they're the ones who are able to make the decisions to help those who are in need. Why is it that you go to the hospital and you need an MRI, but you have to take out a mortgage to get an MRI? You got to take out a loan. You have to bring your own bed linen and stuff that you need to look after yourself. Why? It's 2025. Tell me why. Should it be so? Why is it that a hospital in the west of Jamaica is costing upwards of 21 billion, and it may go up more? After the contract was a two, I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 billion or 2.5 billion. Is it Jamaican dollars? Yeah, that's Jamaican dollars. Why? Why is it that a school bus that costs $1 in auction here in the United States is costing so much to be procured and taken to Jamaica when the government can remove the tariffs of those buses coming in because it's going to be used by the government to support the children? They have the power. All I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not trying to sway your mind either way. I'm just saying I'm looking at where the poorer class of Jamaica are feeling the brunt. And it's like a rich versus poor issue here. It is not looking good. What are the facts? Corruption is up the wazoo with the person leading the country. Why? has he not come forward to clear his name, to release the reports? Why are there I call it trouble doubles with the persons leading those investigations? Why? This is like child's play, like you're scolding your child. This is a people's lives you're playing with here. You're working, paying your taxes. You expect that the agreement is I'll pay my taxes for you to lead and make me comfortable. But when I work, I have to fight to find more money because what I'm working is not working out. Why? It doesn't have to be so. Cost of living, as Leon Williams said, in the world is a lot. I know, but they're surviving, right? It's no different in Jamaica. Taxes are being paid, and you have indirect taxes on goods and services. That's a lot of money, and on wages. So everything you buy, there's a tax to it. Everything that is important, there's a tariff to it. That's a tax. So even though you pay land taxes, you got to pay taxes on goods and services. So that's a lot of money being collected every year. That's how the country is run. Now that the debt is under control, and that has been years and years and successive governments that has caused this to be at where it is now, because one term or two term cannot solve the debt problem. It was things that have been agreed at, put in place by successive governments, that brings the debt to this spot, where it is now, in order to have fiscal responsibility. In all of that, servicing the debt, the poor people are still suffering big time. Imagine you had, you know, young Kayla, for example, that went to the Dominican Republic. And young Kayla went to the Dominican Republic, represented Jamaica, and I've not heard anything about red carpets being rolled out. So you tell me, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? They did well. They came amongst 30 countries, they came third. Here they are. And you have a lot of students from, is it because they were wearing orange? I don't know. I don't know. I think Bob's Grange should have rolled out the red carpet for these youngsters that represented Jamaica. They came third in the Dominican Republic in a gymnastics tournament, and they won gold and bronze medals. They did absolutely well. Why wasn't the red carpet rolled out for them? These are the future of Jamaica. And by the way, you'll hear young Kayla on Monday and Coach Jody that took them to the Dominican Republic for that competition. So listen out on Monday night for that's tomorrow night, for young Kayla and Coach Jody and Grandma Darlene. They did absolutely great. Why wasn't the red carpet rolled out for them? Tell me in the comment section. Tell me why. Why are the Alport workers still suffering for their pensions? Why? After working 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Why? Why is it that the poorer people of Jamaica have to be suffering the brunt of all this? It does not make sense, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look at I'm going to bring on stage here the mass rallies that's been going on. Okay? Let's look at it for a second. And I'm going to play the JLP first, then the PNP mass rally that just happened. All right. And then we're going to move from there, and I'm going to comment on that. So listen to this for a second. I'm going to put this on the screen, and then we're going to listen to Prime Minister Andrew Holness speak.
If you notice, our campaign was laser focused on things that matter to you. Our polls told us that the things that you are most concerned about were roads and water. That came up as the top two across those 23 constituencies. There were concerns about garbage collection. There were concerns about unemployment in some areas. There were concerns about housing. There were concerns about titling and land ownership. But the main concern for everyone, water and roads. In our next term, therefore, we will introduce the Single Road Authority. It is not designed to take away roads from the parish council, but it is designed to set the standards at which our roads must be managed and maintained. For the first time, we will establish an engineered maintenance schedule for our roads, which we will back fiscally, meaning that we will place funds to match the engineered schedule for our roads.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after 9 years, why now? You're going to promise that. Shouldn't this be something that should have been 9 years ago? You tell me. Because I can't understand. You're promising that now after 9 years. But the taxi and the busman and the regular commuters, I bust up them tire and them rim, and now you have to talk about it. So what happened to 9 years ago? So no tire and no rim never bust them time there. Accidents weren't happening. Come on. Let's not be foolish here. You understand me? What? Why now? You're making a promise when you had 9 years to do it. You tell me. Because if you are thinking objectively, why now? Right at election, you're going to announce that. Why not before? You had 2 terms to announce all this and implement it or start it. Why now? How will it poor people lose them car now? Through pothole. And lose lives through pothole, bad roads, lack of lighting, sidewalks, all that good stuff. It is good to mention it, but it should have been done already because you have been in power for 9 years. Let's check out the PNP. Hold on a sec. I didn't done this yet. 1 second there, people. Because everybody, some fire go burn on everybody. You understand me? So here you go. Let's look at the PNP now. Let's hear. I think Damien Crawford is up at this point in the video. Here we go. Let me put that on stage. And let's hear what they have to say. Here we go.
Thank you. Thank you. I know you saw the debate. And when they put it to us to say we should have 3 persons debate in the finance and economics debate, we said we will send Julian alone to beat up the 3 of them. And he did just that. Ladies and gentlemen, Julian Robertson. Comrades, PNP has a lot of friends in the Caribbean, and visiting with us tonight is MP Tevin Andrews and Andy Williams, both from Grenada, the National Democratic Congress.
You know, we have to cut the music out because this can flag the show.
With people, I went to Grenada to work with them, with Tevin for 2 elections, and them come return the favor. We live good with people. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome the man who knows maths, English, knows how to subtract. Him go turn up the things. Our doctor in waiting, Damian Proper.
White car glass, I run some eye bumpers. Me love the hoods in a eye and tar. Me go leave a road and walk. Respect to all who sell back to.
All right, so we have to cut the music there because, as I said, it will be fun. Okay, so let's hold on a few seconds, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let the power fall on Farah. Let the power fall on Oh, let the power of heaven fall on Respect. Comrades, we do have a long time, so make we stop. I was getting tired in the last week of this campaign until I watched the last debate. And it's not only that Marky G go under in bed, go take out his birth certificate. It's not only that. Because I called the police station to report that piece of paper. It's the first I see a piece of paper charged for murder in this country. But after that, I hear the Prime Minister say that is not because you're born in a Jamaica. You're a Jamaican. So before I start, I am going to sing my new anthem until the 4th of September. Woman chi sang chuli chi chang chang. Who she wa. But we need the victory because I prefer the last one. I prefer the original anthem. So I'm asking you on all our behalves, go there and work for our nationality to return to us once again. I can't bother sing Woman Tree after the 4th of September. Comrades, in this week alone, I went on 3 podcasts. I went on one called Nightly Fix, Go Fix Them Business. I went on another one called Let's Be Honest and Be Honest. And I went on a next one called The Truth Is Real. Christopherton, go and let's be honest and tell a 1 million lie. The first lie he told was that food insecurity, mean people can't afford food, was worse under the People's National Party. In 2015, food insecurity was 14.6%. In 2024, food insecurity was 55.1%. Over 40 more people could not, out of every 100, afford food. He went on TV to say that it was worse under the People's National Party. I tell you, it's a Labour lie-like show. And on a regular show, we are talking about Edward Scissorhands. He goes, and in spite of that, knowing that 55% of our children can't find food, the JLP decide only to give those who are on path food. And not only those who are on path. When you get part lunch, you have to join a special line of apartheid to embarrass the children of the poor, for them to go forth and get rice and one piece of chicken food. Listen, if you have a toilet that can flush, you're disqualified from getting school feeding. If you have a TV in your house, you're disqualified from getting school feeding. Well, no more. When we get back power under the People's National Party, we will give $400 a day and every single child that needs it.
Turn up the thing. Turn up the thing.
Hold on.
All right, so we gotta cut the music.
Next slide. I tell you, no, I never know Jamaica would have found a Christopher worse than Columbus. But him tell her next lie. Tufton said that more children were passing maths under JLP than PMP. In 2015, mathematics passes was 14,700 children. In 2025, it was 7,800 children. 7,000 less Picnic pass maths under the Jamaica Labour. If you give them 5 more years, that's 35,000 less children passing maths under the Jamaica Labour Party. But JLP don't want you to understand maths, because if you understand maths, you will recognize the craziness of Andrew Holness going around cutting ribbon. He said we need 6,000 houses under his social housing program. Every year we build 30. If you do the maths, it would take 200 years for Andrew Holness to build 6,000. Who will be here in 200 years? But they don't want you to learn the maths. Let us talk about Heart Trust. They're talking about the train how much youth on the Heart Trust. The certification rate of Heart Trust is 49%. 112,000 youth sign up for Heart, and 60,000 never get a certificate under the Jamaica Labour Party. What we're going to do? The People's National Party is going to build 4 vocational labs in every high school. And we will allow a youth from 10th grade to start doing his heart certification. That means that by the time him graduate, him have a level 4 in heart coming from school. But not only that, while the labs will be used by the children in the days, it will be used by the adults in the night. And we will expand the certification in this country. Everywhere I go, I hear a youth that has to farm work yard. Well, the PMP will be the first to introduce skill work yard, because you're going to be a mason, you're going to be a welder, you're going to be a plumber, you're going to be able to go and not only lift up boxes. And then we said to you that by the age of 10 in 4th grade, all our children should be able to read. I don't want you make them fool you into believing say you don't. Because if you can walk and talk, you can learn. Uno never born a walk, uno learn for walk. Uno never born a talk, uno learn for talk. How on earth labor right one tell him to say uno bright at 9 months, but dunce at 19? That cannot happen under the People's National Party. So after we told on the education plan, the housing plan, the land ownership plan, the agriculture plan, labor rights still say PMP not a plan. So me realize that is not the plan that they want to hear. So listen the other plan. You see the man we buy them bus, they will charge 300 million for 1.4 billion. He is going to jail. You see the one named Ruel Reed, with thief from Picnic, he is going to jail. If you cannot explain 28 bank account, then it's 1 year for every bank account, you are going to jail. So remember, my comrades, to remind them, do not fret about the security, fret about the judge, because one by one, they're going, one by one. Comrades, I might not see you before the celebration conference. So I have one last question. Comrades, what is under my nose?
All we can get up in labor pain. Going down the drain. Yes, we tired of the labor pain. Poverty and conspiration.
Ladies and gentlemen, poor people we are talking about. So, you understand, because poor people need a break, you know. I understand if you may think differently, but I think poor people need a break. And I'll tell you where to vote, you know. I'm just giving my opinion. You understand me? I'm not telling you where to vote. I'm not backing anyone. I'm just voicing my opinion. And I'm going to voice it again in this way. Here we go. So let's get this. Where is it? Let's get this on stage here. I want you to hear this for your own selves and tell me what do you think. Here we go.
Rob.
When Cash Plus fail, somehow Andrew get the money a couple of weeks before it fail. When Olin fail, somehow Andrew get the money a couple of weeks before it fail. When SSL fail, somehow me want to know who's this brother Obia man, because this brother has a clairvoyant, this brother can see the future. Yeah, you understand? Yeah. So when everybody else lose, somehow him win with him power. See? So who really gain off the backs of the people? See? Now, remember this brother will grow by 36% a year now. So the brother skill. If this brother is so skilled, how him carry the skill like how we as a country grow 1%? So how him can grow we like how him grow himself? You understand where I come from? From nothing. From student loan, I put out him picture in a newspaper. Seeing from two space taxi. Because me never take a taxi yet. You know? Yeah. No, me ask whoever. It's like how you can say I take on time. Who film taxi did here? You get me? And what the route? And what the route? And did it have all the rules when I put in against taxi now? Because if me reach have a taxi, you know, me bias to taxi, you know. Me I try make taxi run. The man carrying InDrive, in carrying Uber, pan the same taxi them if them they come in pan him that reach so. You get to me I come from him say them have a car seat permanent or when not picking in a car. You get to me I come from. So when you look on how the dog treat, that means in switch then in reach and switch. In lock the door pan everybody. Yeah.
So tell me in the comment section if you agree with what was just said. Tell me. Because poor people are feeling burnt, you know. The poorer class of Jamaica. And some people are right, you know, them good. And them have the money and them have them things, so them good. But the poorer class of people down a grassroots down there, so like down at South Central Elizabeth, down at Southwest Manchester, where me come from. Me know them a struggle in the thing. Them find it hard to pay all the light bill. Them not have no water. You understand what I say? The road them full of pothole. When anything for done, if a disaster strike at the last, them down at the hogtail. Not now go on so until everything else done. Then them try remember say down the stuff fix. TJ is doing a good job in the Alligator Pond division down at West Manchester. Big up yourself, TJ. We love young eyes, our favorite one, but we say TJ is doing a wonderful job. And we have to say hats off to him. He's everywhere, every time, all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's working. But do you want more of the same or you want change? It's up to you. You have the power to vote. So, ladies and gentlemen, all through this, I've been talking about the poor people. Let's talk about the children, the next generation. What kind of country do you want to leave to the next generation? Tell me. Do you want the struggles of what you're going through now? Or you want something else for your children? I know I love my kids. And Jamaica is suffering from a brain drain. You know why? Why is Jamaica suffering from a brain drain? Answer that question on Monday. Call in or tell me in the comment section. Jamaica is suffering from a brain drain. You know why? Because a lot of the Jamaicans have migrated out of the country to make other places like the United States, Britain, and all the first world countries great. Because they see a future here and they can look after their family there in Jamaica. I'm one of them. The things that we face here, if things are better by successive governments, and I'm not talking one here, successive governments, if they had the proper responsibility and they governed properly, myself and many others would not be here. That's guaranteed. Jamaicans are proud people, ambitious people. Am I lying? Tell me in the comment section. Little but with Talawa, and we command respect around the globe. If you travel in any country, you'll find a Jamaican, and they are recognized and respected. What about in Jamaica? You fight to get to a free beach, and when you get there, there's garbage and no facilities. You fight and you get to a clinic. You have to sit in the sun and face the elements. You go to a hospital, there's no beds. You have to sit on the floor or on a chair for hours or days to get treated. And even then, you have no medication or MRIs or anything to help you. Is that the Jamaica we're looking for? Is that what we settle for? That pregnant mothers have to wait in the sun, in the rain, in the dust? Why are we treating our poor people the way they're being treated today and saying everything is A-okay? Why? How do you feel about it? That your children, if they want to see a doctor or they need an MRI or medication, you have to seek a loan or take out a mortgage. How do you feel that when you have to pay the taxi fare or go to the supermarket, you have to take out a loan or borrow money or owe somebody or owe a bill? You have to sacrifice yourself to live in 2025. How do you feel? Do you want more of the same or you want change? It's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. You, the voters of Jamaica, have to make that decision on Wednesday. And on Monday and PIP Mondays, you can call in and tell me how you feel. We're going to close the show very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. So we say to the Alport hourly workers, I'll be in Jamaica soon. Listen out for the announcement. Be ready, sugar workers. Be ready. We're going to have a great meeting and we're going to move it forward. In the meantime, you need to be speaking to your representatives and say to them, "Where's my pension? I need my pension. Talk to me if you're going to help me." Get what I'm saying? If you're not going to help me, let's get to the Supreme Court and hash it out. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are saying to you, there's not a perfect situation, but as of today, who is ruling needs to solve the problem, or those who are looking for your vote in the opposition needs to tell you how they're going to do it. It's as simple as that. So the choice is yours. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Naram Promotions, a Real Deal podcast show, as we're going to enter the final segment right now. So, do remember this is community events. We're gonna touch on that right now. And first of all, we're gonna remind you of Rakesh's hold on a second. Yeah, we're gonna remind you that Rakesh Memorial is on Monday. No, sorry, on September 28th. So let's get that on the screen here, so that you to remind you of Rakesh Memorial. That's a young guy who died. He's from New Forest District in Manchester, and he passed away, leaving his children and a wife. The family is holding a memorial for him, and that memorial, um, I need you to support it, please, because it's not easy for a young mom to really look after so many kids without her husband being around. There's a void there, and we're asking the community and the diaspora, if you're in South Central Jamaica, round about September 28th, go to South Central Jamaica. It's a new forest district. It's on the way to Alligator Pond, where you find Little Orchard. Ask for Well Road. When you get to the gas station at New Forest District, make the right like you're going to Port Kaiser. It's along that main road. It's a straight road, very smooth, and I think there's probably one or two potholes on it at the very end before you get to Duff House. But try to help that family to navigate what's going on here in the world. The wife is left behind because Rakesh died a year ago and they're struggling. So help them out. Donate to them or be there and send your monies in. Send someone to donate to them. I don't have a number here or, something that you can call in, but I'll try to get the number before September 28th. I'll do my research to find out who is available and get some kind of credible avenue that you can donate to that family. But it's hard for a single mom losing the breadwinner of the family to really navigate through sending so many children to school. I think it's three, maybe I could be wrong. It could be 3, 4 kids, and he was the breadwinner, and he's now not here. So the family has to chip in, but it's hard. So they're putting on this event as a memorial, but try to support them and give them all the support that you can for them to survive. You know what I mean? This is my area. That's where I'm from. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's put it back up here. Rakesh's memorial is on September 28th on Well Road District in New Forest District in Manchester. Please support it. I'm asking you to support it. You understand? So tomorrow we have one of our own in New Forest District that has a party every Monday night. Every Monday night you're guaranteed to have fun. That means whatever is going on, if you're on the island, you can go there and be guaranteed to have fun. It's secure. The food is great. And it's at Ian's Lawn at Mel's Place. We call it Crazy Mondays. It's crazy fun, guys. This is one of the places that wherever you are in Jamaica on a Monday night, when you visit Jamaica sometime, you'll find yourself on a Monday night, you say, want some place to go in and go full joy myself. Remember, there's Airbnbs. You have Airbnbs right next door there, You have Junction City with all of the guest houses and all them things. And Comapen District just minutes away. Alligator Pond is down the street. There's a beach near there. You understand me? There's the police station is not far away, and the police is always there. It is a spot where you can enjoy yourself. And Mel, that's Ian's daughter. That's Ian's Lawn. If you hear about the great Ian's Lawn, the dance hall of the ages, that's a great Ian's Lawn with the biggest dance and keep down the south. He's there supporting his daughter, and he's making sure that your food is cooked to your satisfaction. So you have the jerk pork, you have the jerk chicken, you have the steamed fish, you have the manish water, you have it all. And Mel is making sure that the bill, the cost of your drink is moderate. Mel has a full bar. That means no matter what you ask for, them have it. You don't have to worry. And guess what? DJ Fire Jav, DJ Deshaun, and all the ladies from team hold on, me now. I'll tell you how you going now. Okay, you can't carry son go up. Anyway, it's a family thing. Yeah, it's a family thing. So you can't go there. It starts from early on a Monday and it goes into the night. So, you can have fun. You can get there in the early time. And then in the night, you can say, all right, here it go. I'm going to hold a fresh, put on my ray, and forward in the hours. You know what I mean? It's fun, guys. It's always fun on a Monday night in New Forest District at Ian's Lawn at Mel's Bar, right in that square that's up. Come up and up the road. You understand me? So you're good to go. May I tell you, because every time me don't let me go there. And may I tell you, say, believe me, it's a big deal. It is my area. That's where I'm from, New Forest District. That's where I was born. We know everybody down there. You understand me? That I'm a place. You understand? I feel my place. I'm a bar, my navel string still down there. You understand me? Father Ian, but them say Ian's land, Father Ian, I'm like a brother to me. You understand me? Him daughter, them see them grow. You understand me? So when I'm telling you, I'm telling you something that I know. Every Monday night, wherever you are on the island of Jamaica, make your way to Mel's Bar at Ian's Lawn in New Forest District in Manchester. It takes 45 minutes from Kingston on the highway. You understand me? To get to New Forest District. 45 minutes. And they're soon to cut another main road on the south coast, which you're going to take a shot on that. So look out for that in the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, check out Crazy Mondays. And I'm saying this to each and every one. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Click the notification bell. Share this. If you're visiting Jamaica, if you want a great time, and remember, Little Ochi is not too far away if you want to be on the beach. But here on a Monday night or a Monday, if you want to go to the beach and come back here in the night, that's fine. Or if you want to be here in the day and go to the beach in the night, that's fine. But either way, you're going to have a great time. It is one of those places you're going to book the Airbnb when next door this or up the road from this or around the corner from this. You understand me? It is a big deal. So big up to Mel. Yeah, Crazy Mondays, guys. Crazy Mondays. I go there every time I'm in Jamaica. It's one of those places that you just you gotta go to know. As I said, you gotta go to know. The Crazy Mondays, you gotta go to know. So we have a brother that his mom passed away and was buried yesterday. DJ Kino, one of the biggest, baddest DJs in South Central Jamaica, bar none. We have the top Gregor, with him at the top of the top. You know what I mean? But DJ Kino is right there with him. DJ Kino lost his mom. I would say condolences to him. It was a big deal. If you look at my previous podcast, you'll see where I highlighted the funeral. I keep highlighting the grave digging, the setup, and the funeral. You understand me? And big up to Misha still from the right spot, you know, from Sea Air District. Yeah. You know, it was her page that I got the videos and the pictures from of the funeral. But DJ Kina, her son, has his birthday party called Gallus Anthem on September 26th. This is gonna be an absolutely big, big deal, and I want for you to support him. He lost his mom, so give him some support and give him some love. Remember me tell you. Yeah, man. Turn up and turn out because now normal. Because you see how star level, Lethal Stain, yo, DJ Sean and all of the crew, all of the DJ them out turn out. So it's like a link up thing. It's gonna be a big, big deal on September 26th. Mark my word, and me tell you, you know. That party, man, it's gonna be off the chain. I'm gonna go up there, I'll tune, you know, because you know, you see all them YouTube thing, yeah. You want to play a tune, you know, to the people. You know, squeeze. I see me can squeeze in a tune for Gallus and them. Hold up a second. Let me see me can um just shut it in and lock it out. You understand? Yeah, I'll see if I can deal with it quick and fast and just run it. You know, you see me I say? Because YouTube no ramp for shut me down, you know. You understand? So let me run it. Let me see if I can run it quick and fast. Let me see right there. Because the thing I kind of stifle my thing to you know. You understand? Yeah. Stifle my thing. So I go run it. Let's see if I can run it quick and fast. See, all of the ladies, them, you know, the thing's set up already. Uh, you know, Jamaica run, we talk about the jacket, them, too, you know. You see, jacket thing, but ladies, ease up off of that thing then. Ladies, ease up off of the jacket thing. You understand me? We don't like the jacket thing. You understand me? So here it go now. Let me put it on stage just and see if we can run a quick 10-second night. What you say? Let me give you some chance here, you know. Here it go.
I pray one day somebody keep their company. And a girl like me just want have fun and more.
All right, let's play this. You understand me? We can't play too much height, you know, because you know it's gonna more lock me down. So wait, man, till we further on in the year, we're gonna run it on Facebook and some other platforms. We can deal with it right as the original mistake. You see me I say? Yeah, you know, on our ramp, we have to do it in our ramp way, so we will get outrageous later on down in the year. So just calm down, like, share, subscribe, and comment, and click that notification bell. So we say big up to Gallus Anthem. Make sure you represent the Gallus Anthem September 26, 2025. It's going to be at Wayne's Bar in Bentown District in Comapen in Manchester or Border Central is where it's right there. When you come at Ian Lawn, if you're coming from Gutters side, coming from Mandeville to Gutters, make the left, come down at Ian Lawn and you make the right and go up the hill. At 2 minutes to Wayne Bar, Bentown. You understand me? I saw the thing said. Big up to DJ Kino. Every time, one love. And we say condolences, but we are going to support you and give it a love. Yeah, man. Right to say that. All right to say thing there. Yes, to me, I say. So, you know, we're not finished yet. You remember at Impact events from Junction? I wonder if you remember Impact. Impact have a whole heap of thing at Junction. Like them lock up Junction, you know. And them run Junction. You understand me? When they come on to the real big party, Impact events, lock Junction, and we're gonna run them foot at you know. Remember me telling you, you know. Yeah. I'm a brethren. Big up to Impact still. Love you. But we're gonna run your foot at. You're going bother Junction. And we're gonna run your foot at. You understand? I'm not ram thing this. You understand me? Yeah. When you talk about impact, they make an impact. When you say impact, a big deal. You understand me?
Congratulations. Well done.
So when it comes on to impact events, you're guaranteed to have a party, you know, for everybody. It goes across the scale, young and old. And I'm actually say them turn up the thing. The fire blazing. You understand? So you say October 26th at Junction City, we said Junction St. Elizabeth. Impact events will be bringing you bucket. Them say paint the city. Remember them give you a vibes where no normal. Miss Mobile, Miss Ochi, Miss Negril or Kingston. You understand me? You don't miss none of them places when you come a bucket thing at Junction City. Junction is the newest city. And I'm telling you that if you want to have a great time, if you're doing your vacation early from overseas, there's a lot of guest houses, Airbnbs, KFC. You need your pizza, your burger, you want delivery, you want transportation. It there. You understand me? And one of them is that you gotta be at. You know, if you want that in a city, in a country experience, in a country, the real Jamaican deal and feel, come at Junction October 26th. Junction City, it no normal. And the security tight, because the police station, the right, that's all. You understand? The security tight. You understand? You have adequate parking. You got transportation. You got places to stay. I mean, restaurants off the wazoo, clubs on the roof. You get what I'm saying? You got everything right there in Junction City that you need. So even after the party, you can still full joy yourself. Check it out. Book it in Junction St. Elizabeth. We call it Junction City. It's going to be a big, big deal. Remember, Nara, I'm telling you, I saw it go. Never next big party feel. You see that this party is for an icon, a lady who has been around and helping people for a very long time. She decided to go back to school and re-educate herself. And she's now an icon, an ambassador for Heart Trust NTA. This lady has achieved something that many others did not believe that could be done at a late stage in life. She is a role model to many because she did it after she raised her children, and then decided to go back to school and also continue to be benevolent to the community. She has done so much for so many, but she has this party every year. Every year she has this party, and it's round about her birthday time. This lady is a friend of mine, a great, great friend of mine, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you, she's so well known in the entire country by some of the greatest names in politics, some of the greatest names in the country. She is well respected. And I'm telling you, her events are overloaded. Go early because you will not be disappointed. You see the food? May I tell you this? You know? You see food? It done quick. That is the only thing I don't like with that with your event. She have to cook 3 and 4 times. And the food done. But you gotta go early, guys. Because this is gonna be in Prospect District. Mumasketel, big up yourself. Mumasketel. She said ambition over hype this year. December 6, 2025. Tic Tac sound is a mobile sound, which is, believe me, everybody love it on the south. In a normal. And Tic Tac, I think, was the sound that started her annual event. We have DJ Splendid, and I'm sure many other DJs are going to be here. Check it out, guys. If you're disappointed, call me and tell me. Believe me, I'll tell you straight enough. You're not going to call me, you know. You won't call me. Because you're going to have so much fun, you're not going to remember for calling me. It's at Time Is Now Car Wash in Prospect District in Manchester. This is a link-up party. When we say an icon thing, it's a big deal. You understand what I say? Big, big deal. Be there on December 6, 2025. Big up to Muma Skater. You know I got big too. You have a you have a thing, you have a crew called Rum Fatigue Crew, you know. Yeah, man. You have a team called Rum Fatigue Crew. I may have one more for announce after Rum Fatigue Crew. I should say it earlier, you know, because it come in kind of late, so it never up on the agenda, but we just remember it. You understand me? So you have a crew called Rum Fatigue Crew. You see that crew there? It's a big crew on the South Central of Jamaica. You have the Rum for Days crew too in the South Central of Jamaica. But you see the Rum Fatigue crew, in them the normal. You understand me? You can't, wherever they are, you gotta have a great time. And the reason for that is they're very well connected with the community. They're intertwined with the community. Everybody know them. You understand? So wherever they are, you're safe. So wherever them put on a party, you're good. So you can fly in from foreign, or you're driving from Mobile or town or anywhere. You're good. You're good to go. And I can guarantee you, wherever they are, you're safe. You understand me? Rum Fatigue Crew. We call it Randy and Otis Original Boxing Day event on December 26th at Mango Tree Bar, Turnatop District in Manchester. This is a big, big deal, guys. No matter where you're at, remember Boxing Day. This is a big deal. Big up on yourself. So, Now, a little brethren, named Skinny, Dragon Force sound system in South Central Jamaica. Dragon is godfather for the sound system thing down there. So because him reach a stage there. So little man who and we have to say big up to my brethren. Yeah, big up to Dragon. You understand? Oh, big up to DJ Latta. Him not there in our country, so you'll soon see him. Don't get despaired because DJ Latta will be back here whenever he can. He has a lot of things dealing with right now. And, we say Godspeed to him. So whenever he can be back, that's fine. His space is here. Big up to his family, an extended family. We say one love. Make sure that you take care of business and you hit us back when you're ready. All right. So we haven't had DJ Latta in a while. And if you notice we have the flag that's covering the banner. So when him return, then we can lift the flag and show the banner. You understand what I say? So life go. Yeah. So he has to make he's got a lot of things dealing with, and he'll be back whenever he can. All right. So big up to DJ Latta. But DJ Latta and Dragon, Father Dragon, we're the ones who kind of groom Skinny in the business. You understand me? So, in my little thing I go on, I think it's September 14th. So we have to big it up for him in the community. So big up to Skinny every time. Skinny has a lot of things going on, and he's going through some hurdles right now. We need a strength. I mean, I said, give him a strength. Him have a thing called Skinny as Chef presents his bingo party called Top Farm. All right? This will be on September 14, 2025. Give him a strength, ladies and gentlemen. He need it. You understand me? Big up yourself, Skinny, all the time. In the meantime, we want to say big up to Asher D in the UK. He's got a radio show that's going on right. I think it started or it's about to start. But he has been on the radio for some time, and he is making waves in the UK for many, many years. And we got to say big up to Ashley. Check him out on his traffic jam show on passionradiouk.com. Check it out. It's on a Friday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on that's on UK time. All right. So big up to Ashley every time. We gotta say big up to Misha. Big up to Misha in Sear District in Manchester. One of our stalwarts. That's my girl, and that's my when we say my girl, I mean my bona fide sister. You see me I say? So that's my bona fide sister in Sear District, and it's one love. She there everywhere to support everybody, and we say big up to Misha at One Stop. You know what I mean? So big up no right spot. You know what I mean? So we're gonna lock it down right now, ladies and gentlemen. And also the Top Rock crew. And also you gotta remember when you're at the Mystic Inn, when you're in South Central Jamaica, you gotta go to the Mystic Inn. You can't go to San or go to the Mystic Inn in your man. My place in a man. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the thing's set up. So ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna close the show sudden on everybody. Here we go. Always remember to pray when you're going out, pray when you're coming in, and also remember God is in control.